In this video we will take a first look, make a tabletop review of the newly released Mini Synergy. So there was a full-size Synergy or Synergy 2 released some time ago. I never got my hands on it. It wasn't... I mean, I was semi-interested in it because it was an integral, but I didn't pick one up. But with the Mini I felt like it was a bit more my style, sort of. But let's unbox this this little V-knife pouch here and take a look at the knife itself. Typical V-knife pouch. Let's put it away. So here we have my specific Mini Synergy. Not sure how well it can be seen here. An integral indeed. My favorite type of folders are, generally speaking, integrals. Not all of them, but I do have this thing for integrals. It's just my style, sort of. So let's flip this one open. And here it is. Let's take a quick look at the specs right away here. So the overall length of this one is 176 millimeters with a blade length, or I should do like this perhaps, blade length of 74.4 millimeters. The close length, let's close it a bit. The close length is 101.6 millimeters. So as you can probably tell already just by looking at it, but also by hearing the specs, this is not a particularly big or large knife. It is a small knife, and it's in the name. It is a Mini Synergy. So the blade thickness of this one is 3.2 millimeters. Let's see if we can get a look at that. Perhaps. So it's not a super thick blade. Then looking at it like this, we don't really see the very pronounced swedge going on here. So the full thickness is actually somewhere around this part of the blade, because up here there is a swedge. The handle thickness of this one is 13.2 millimeters. And the weight of the knife is 92 grams. So it is, I mean, it is a small knife, but it still has a bit of weight to it. And that is, of course, due to the fact that it is an integral. I'm not sure about the milling on the inside, but it doesn't seem to be a lot of milling going on the inside of this knife here. So that is also why the weight is the way it is. The balance point is... well, as you can see, the balance point is further back here, like that. Not a big deal, but for those interested. So, the blade material used for this one is CPM 20 CV, which is a really good steel in my opinion. Definitely, a high-end steel of sorts, very corrosion resistant, really good edge retention as well. But will take some effort to sharpen if you should manage to completely dull it to begin with. The blade hardness is 59 to 61 HRC. And as you can see here, and this is why I was probably a bit skeptical also about picking up the Synergy or Synergy 2 once it was released, and that is because this has a very Persian style grind and a trailing point blade design here. And generally speaking, I am not the biggest fan of Persian style blade designs or trailing points like that, but I also like to try some new stuff from time to time, and see if what I didn't like a few years ago, maybe I'm more into it now. And I've got to say that this one it just feels really nice. And I do see the pros of this particular blade design, and it does look good as well. I mean, it's sometimes there is, you know, a lot of weighing in on aesthetics when picking a knife, and in this case, I mean, it looks nice. So and other than that, it is a hollow grind with a very dark stonewash finish. I do not think that this knife can be bought with any other finish than stonewash. I mean, I also like more satin finish or hand rub finish on stuff like that, but here you do get this dark tone stonewash finish, which looks kind of good, I got to say, with the combination of this titanium flamed tiger stripe handle. I really am not sure how well it can be seen here. It is not the best light conditions, but it is a pretty nice looking handle with some stripe patterns here which can be felt and heard. So my first experience with the flame titanium that has been offered on a few of the others models that WeKnife has put out in recent time. So not a new finish of sorts for this one. You can of course get this one in other finishes as well. You can get it in plain titanium, black titanium. You can get it with carbon fiber inlays, etc. But the blade finish will always be this dark stonewash finish, because that is how they decided to go with it for this specific design. So talking about handle ergonomics, I wear size 10 in gloves. I have fairly large hands, I believe. This is still a full 4-finger grip for me, and it is actually quite comfortable. I can't really feel, you know, any area that would make this, you know, give me hot spots or anything like that. The pocket clip here is not protruding in any way that feels bad. It's, you know, nicely rounded. It's not a very large pocket clip, however, but it's still going to be quite useful. Well, not sure how well the pocket clip design can be seen, but yeah, there we go. That is how they decided to go with it. It is of course a frame lock. Really can't see it. It's kind of dark here, but it is a frame lock, as can be seen here, with a lockup of about, I don't know, 30% perhaps. There is no lock stick whatsoever, which is always a good thing. And the closing action. Well, it's not broken in, but I mean, it's not bad in any way. It's just not, you know, fall shut or anything like that. But it is a smooth close with your finger, but it doesn't, you know, fall shut like that. With a bit of force, but if you give it a semi-good push, it will close shut. But like I said, this is very new. So give it a few days or a week or two, and it should be real nice. Let's take a look at the blade centering now. Let's see if we can do like that. You can see the blade centering is pretty much spot on. Sure, well, it can be seen, but it is. I don't really have anything to complain about in the blade centering department. And in terms of blade play, there is no blade play. This is shut tightly and firm. So no blade play, no lock stick. Excellent blade centering. Not, you know, not the absolute best full shutting, but it will in time. That will change in time, because it is super new. I haven't opened and closed it like more than perhaps 20-25 times, and that is, to be honest, that is not a lot. Still, I mean, you do get Wii knives from time to time that will have this, you know, really hydraulic shut to it straight out of the box, but that is, I mean, it will, in time it will do that. I'm 100% sure. See, already now we can start to tell it is shutting better and better. And this is a nice knife to just sit around and play with, I can tell you that much already, so won't take me that long to get it to fall shut. So that is the first look of the Mini Synergy. Oh, I should probably mention that there are two versions of this knife being released. One with this classic trail point design, but also one with a tanto grind to it. And I can definitely say that I'm more of a, a trail point design guy if I have to pick between that and the tanto design. The tanto, they just don't, you know, do it for me like that. Not the tanto on this one. I do have a few knives that are somewhere between a Japanese tanto and American tanto. I'm more of a Japanese tanto person than the American style tanto design. But I mean, we all have our own different preferences. No design or grind is you know, per se better than the other. It's gonna be personal preferences, and this is my personal preference. I will say that the Mini Synergy tanto design, it doesn't look kind of good actually, but from a user standpoint, which is my standpoint, this is what I go with. So before we call it a day, let's do some sharpness testing here, slicing some magazine paper, regular. I mean, this is, yeah, it's a magazine. So let's see if we can test the sharpness here of this. It is really sharp. It's not just sharp, but it is very sharp actually. That is a good thing. Let's see, maybe we should do like that. And go ahead and slice some more because it was satisfying doing that. Oh man, this is like a hot knife cutting butter, sort of. Very nice. So I think it is pretty safe to say that this one will slice. So if you are one of those guys that really enjoy slicing paper, this could definitely be the knife for you. Yeah. So We should probably do some food prep style as well once, you know, now that we're at it. I'll see what I can find. I'll be right back. So we're back, ready to do some serious slicing. No, but I didn't have a whole lot of fruits and stuff there, but I did find a blood orange, some grapes, and some small type of tomato. So I mean, we will go with what we have, make the most of it, so to say. So let's start with slicing some grapes here. I think I found a new dedicated grape slicer. It's almost too thin, huh? I mean, they are like really extremely out of focus. No, but extremely thin pieces here. Still some other types of cutting, perhaps. So I think it's pretty safe to say that it will slice grapes quite well, but how will it handle a small tomato? Apparently quite well. So, grapes and tomatoes. That seems to be what this knife excels at. This could be interesting. Let's see if we can make some space. Mix these up in a really disgusting fruit and vegetable salad of sorts. And then we move on to this one. This grape is kind of... this orange is a bit big. Let's see what we can do with a knife of this size. Let's try something else. Let's see. Yeah, it's not, you know, not too bad actually. So yeah, that is the mini synergy food prep sort of part. Not a bad food prep knife, to be honest. You know what, I actually really like this one. Small, easy to carry, sharp, good slicer, really good slicer. Comfortable in hand. Yep, I am happy. I decided to order this specific knife. Makes me wonder if I should maybe look into the bigger brother, the regular Synergy 2 again. Might be a hard one to find, but then again, I really do like the small size, so I think this is probably the right one for me. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.